tell us in a minute or two, what are you going to be presenting on?
Yeah, so I'll be talking about a demo I did at a Databricks meetup where I took the transcripts from our This Is Digital podcast here at West Monroe. I put it in, turned them into a chatbot using Databricks Ari architecture. I'm also leveraging a lot of the generative AI specific functionality that Databricks makes very easy to use and out of the box here.
Cool. And what about governance? What can you think with Gen AI and how you can manage and access control?
Yeah, so there are a number of different things. Again, think about this in two parts. One is the people. Do you have the right change management? Do you have the right training for people? As I'm a data scientist, I'm building and I get a PII data set. Do I know what to do with it now that we have this, right? I know, and then there's also the technology part. I know Databricks has a lot of things like Databricks clean rooms. That allows for the scrubbing of data itself. So I think it's a combination of both those two things that can be used in conjunction with the RAG architecture functionality.
Great. And what's your recommendation if someone knows they want to go ahead and make either their own RAG or fine tuning? Like what can they do to get started?
Yeah, I think first check out the tutorials on Databricks. They have a great way where you just simply run some code in a notebook and it automatically loads in the tutorial with interactive code, interactive videos itself. Highly recommend checking out other resources such as The Batch. They have an awesome tutorial as well there. Also check out West Monroe's website as well. We have some links that talk about RAG architecture and how to get started.
You made a RAG chatbot on one of the West Monroe partners podcasts. Was that where you have the transcripts of a couple episodes and then you can ask follow-up summary questions of that specific content? Is that how that worked?
Yeah, so we took the transcripts. The idea is that if I'm a prospective client and coming to West Monroe, I've heard it from the marketing, I've heard it from the podcast, I can go and ask questions like, what's West Monroe's perspective in AI? What's that kind of pre-sales functionality here through a chatbot by just leveraging some of the media that we already put out. So it's a way to leverage and multiply your media voice there. At least that was what I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's really cool. So if there's a company out there that is looking to do something similar, like they have, PowerPoints, PDFs, their own transcripts, and they want to make some chatbot so their end users can ask questions based on their domain, they can follow in your footsteps, right?
Yeah, I think we have a Conduit blog as well. I know a lot of companies host technical blogs. They have their own external facing kind of descriptions and media releases. All that can be aggregated together using the Delta Lake and Unity Catalog and Databricks and created kind of a single place that somebody can come and ask questions about in a very rapid manner.
What are some of the big challenges that you see at your customers implementing things like this?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges is getting all the right data in the right format here. And so a client will come to us to say, we want to do generative AI, and they'll give us a bunch of Excel files, 5 or 6 Excel files. And we'll say, well, we can't really do that. We need to aggregate and coalesce things together here. And so we do a lot of work, a lot of our foundational work is around building model data platforms, leveraging things like Databricks and our Mizu offering, which is a Databricks partner sort of product itself. We find that once you get the data in the right format, then a lot of these generative AI, these Power BI, traditional analytics can flow from that. So that's kind of where we really start, really focus on and helping our clients achieve that success there.
Cool. What excites you the most about Databricks?
I think the ease of use. I've worked in AWS, I've worked in Azure, and those are great products themselves. But you do need to have a lot of sort of technical background like I do to just kind of operate in those itself. I think the ability, the Databricks allows companies to scale very quickly. You can go from 1 to 3 to 5 data scientists. We usually recommend using Databricks in that context itself as a way to rapidly scale. So I think that's what really excites me is that, I can easily access an LLM model if I really need to. It just comes out of the box. I can also data engineering, access to a lot of the underlying technology. I think it's just ease of use. I think it's one of my more exciting things from Databricks.
So what is a vector database?
Vector database is where you can store documents in that vector format there. And when you turn sort of text into numbers, it allows for very rapid search over that. So you can have that conversational feel to your chatbot rather than a long, prolonged search period that would happen in a traditional database.
Great. And briefly, when you have an LLM model, you're happy with it, how do you deploy it? What's this thing I heard of an endpoint? Can you explain more?
Yeah, an endpoint is basically where you can put it to a model serving endpoint on Databricks here through some Python code. And what that means is that I can send it what's called an API query, or just basically a query through the internet or through, through maybe the notebook itself. And once I hit it, it will run whatever information you've passed to it, and it will give you back a response there. So my opening slide, I talked about, hey, what's West Monroe's perspective in AI? That question got sent to the endpoint of the model that was hosting all the information, the backend infrastructure. It processed all that, looked through the vector search index, and then gave me a response back that West Monroe's perspective in AI is transformative in multiple industries.
Great. And how long did it take you to make this whole demo and make it all working?
Well, I have to say I started right after Thanksgiving and did work on it over Christmas break. So there's lots of family time and eating that happened during that. But it roughly took me maybe about 4 weeks to set this all up. Obviously, I only used a subset of our transcripts, but if I had some more time, I'd use more and then put it into a front end itself. But the actual model building and setting up, I think, was around 4 weeks, which is a testament to how robust Databricks platform is.
Great. What excites you about all of Gen AI?
As I said, I'm a physicist by training here. I think one of the reasons you get into science is to feel the mystery and the awe of, two particles smashing into each other, creating black holes. And when I saw an ad the other day where I think some phone company was doing language translation over the phone, where an English guy would ask a question and then the other end, it would come out in Indonesian. I was like, that seems magical. That seems like science fiction. That seems like the things you watch in the movies there. And I think that gives me that sense of wonderment. And so working on this and working on generative AI is getting really close to that wonderment and that science fiction that I think really first inspired me to get into science.
That's cool. So what are some things that excite you that's coming out from West Monroe partners and from Databricks?
Yeah, Databricks, I know they have I think it's Gen AI Studio. I know that one of their focuses this year is to become the platform to build generative AI in that. And while building RAG architecture using the platform was very straightforward, easy, and very simple to follow the tutorials, I'm excited for even more functionality, even more abilities to work on the platform itself. In terms of West Monroe, I'm very excited we've developed this analytics framework that, again, takes our industry teams, helps identify what are the problem statements, and then scale those into proof of concept for machine learning, and then scale that out into robust infrastructure for our clients there. So that kind of end-to-end process from use case identification to robust scaling of machine learning models, I think is an exciting framework that we're getting out of the market. We're eager to continue to get it out, and I would love to talk more to our clients about.
Absolutely. Frameworks are key.
Yeah.
Repeatable, saves companies that want to do this time, effort, energy, get it right the first time. All the challenges you faced are already baked in with the solution to accelerate it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Oh, good. I think that's clean.